Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back again with our programs, Young Scholars, only on IIUM FM, your campus radio. With me, Shahmi Zalani will be an announcer for this program. So maybe a little bit of all of our listeners who didn't recognize what is Young Scholars programs. So basically, Young Scholars is we talk about everything on postgraduate matters, master and also PhD levels. So if you are students who are right now pursuing in masters and also PhD, these are the programs for you. And right now here in our studio, I'm not alone. I'm with very what we call very important person in our kuliah, IRKHS, which is I'm with Dr. Tunku Muhammad Mokhtar, Deputy Dean, Postgraduate Research and Innovation Office in AHAS KIRKHS. Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Is this your first time here in radio, Doctor?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. I've been here, but I've never been interviewed actually. This is my first time being interviewed.
Okay, inshallah. Maybe there's a lot more that maybe we can work with you and Doctor after this.
Inshallah.
Okay, Doctor. Let's straight to the discussion right now, because in our title for today's, Doctor, is postgraduate journey. What to expect, right? So basically, our objective of this discussion or this interview is we want to highlight to the what we call prospect student who are interested pursuing their journey after they are finishing degree to go to master's level, or they already have master's and they want to pursue again to PhD levels. So we want to highlight to them what that they can expect, and then what are the benefit things that maybe they can get when they pursue in this journey, Doctor. Came out by this data from KPT, Doctor. So basically, overall, I can assume is the numbers is increasing right now. Right, every year the student intake is increasing, not only undergraduates but postgraduate as well. Right, there's a lot of numbers. For example, in 2023, masters and PhD is about 15,000 students. This is just for IIUM only. And then 2024, they increase around 20%. It's around right now. It's already an 18,000 plus something.
You're talking about the whole population or just postgraduate? The whole population.
This is the whole population. Right. This is number by KPT for postgraduate only. So yeah. So when we look at these numbers, Doctor, obviously these numbers also reflect in our university as well, right? So the UIA also receive some amount of numbers of students, basically for this year's, right, Doctor? So maybe for the start, maybe you can share what's your thought. What are these numbers tell us? Maybe the students are interested to pursue their study for their career growth, or maybe there are some reason, or maybe this is an initiative by KPT to make the university more what we call more funds or everything. So maybe Doctor can share to us.
All right. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this program. Like I said, this is my first time being interviewed in the IIUM FM. To answer your question regarding the increasing number of students, I don't have actually data on what the actual reasons are. I can assume, for example, that this is reflective of the growth of number of student populations in general, so both at the undergraduate and postgraduate level. Secondly, I think also this is because of the interest, by students themselves to further understanding what they had gained from the undergraduate years. Also, another reason could be the tough job market, and students may want to increase their likelihood of being employed, by having a higher degree than simply undergraduate studies. And I think also this is part of the policies of the government, to encourage students to not only study, do research, and also the initiative by the government to also invite students from other parts of the world, from the region, from everywhere, to consider Malaysia as a place to do their postgraduate studies. And we see that, for example, when we talk about the postgraduate population in this kuliah, we have about the same or a little bit more international than local students when we talk about the postgraduate students.
Okay. So Dr. when you talk about the points that this is somewhat have been one of the what we call in bahasa Melayu syarat untuk diorang untuk bekerja, right? In the previous in the many sector, to make them to go for postgraduate master's title or PhD, which is doctor's title. So is that the what we call syarat by the government, doctor? Or maybe is there a lot of sectors out there in the industry that comply us as a student, comply all of the students to make sure to must have masters or PhD if you want to work with them?
Generally speaking, when you talk about the job market does not how shall we say, does not specifically say that you need to have a master's or PhD. But I think because of the available jobs, that are very limited, then students themselves would think that they needed higher degree. They needed something that can give them some advantage, and a higher degree is an advantage. If you look at some other sectors, of course, they needed postgraduate diploma, certificate, or even masters. When I talk about, let's say, those in the engineering, in the medical sector, that would be much more advantageous and has, how shall we say, has economic or the, when we talk about salary, that will give them a bit more advantage than the students that only have just an undergraduate degree.
So basically, if you want to go professional, so that there's a professional prospects. So we also need to have a professional certificates. I see. Okay, doctor. So maybe that's the catch for the student to further their study in master and also PhD. So maybe, doctor, we go further in this topic. Maybe you can share. You can share your experience when you pursue your masters or PhD before, when you are a student. What's the difference, doctor, when we talk about the environment and when we talk about the experience itself compared to undergraduates? Maybe you can share to this listeners.
To put things in a simpler perspective, undergraduate years are basically for students to gather, to accumulate knowledge. And to me, the master's level is a combination of gathering, of gaining knowledge, plus producing. And that is why you have a thesis. Whereas at the PhD level, this is about producing new knowledge.
Only
new
producing.
body of knowledge, something that is original. So that are the main differences. I'm old, so if you're talking about the differences between, let's say, postgraduate studies when I was a master's and PhD student compared to now, I think now there are more automation, there are more online services compared to when we were, or when I myself was a student. Things were pretty much manual or semi auto from that perspective, semi online. The difference also is that in undergraduate years, students normally have more friends, and therefore it's easier for them to consult with their friends regarding, let's say, the processes of education in terms of registering, examination, and all that. At the master's level, the population is smaller, and here the difference is that postgraduate students, they themselves are responsible for their study. They themselves plan how many courses the university has given, but when to take these courses, for example, when to do their research proposal, and how to go about doing their research. So pretty much students' responsibility. They have to know all the deadlines and all. Of course, the postgraduate office will assist them in terms of this information, but ultimately the responsibility lies with the student. So they can't really blame the system of not telling them and all that. They need to really know all these rules and guidelines.
So maybe that's the point of some challenges that maybe you can face, which is much of the significant problems that being faces by many of the postgraduate students, which is they always say that they do not inform by any kind of information with their study. So maybe what's your tips, Doctor? Maybe you can share how we want to counter this kind of problems, because maybe as long as you've been in the post of Deputy Dean, so how you want to make sure that all of the students to always be informed, or always maybe we have to produce some kind of another system, or maybe there is another way?
Probably, yeah. Every semester we have postgraduate briefing, especially for new students, and we will tell them what to expect and the steps that need to be taken in their study. Because for, let's say, master's program, we have at least 3 modes of study. One is coursework only, another mixed mode, and a few courses have masters by research. So all these different modes of program have their own requirements, and students need to know this. And students doing coursework and mixed modes, even research for that matter, there are certain courses that are compulsory to them. These are requirements. So they need to know about these requirements, and my advice would be to take these required courses as early as possible, so that you don't have problem in later days. Where to get information? I think we are now in the internet era, so everything is there online, from at least the website of the CPS and the Office of the Deputy Dean Postgraduates website. So these are informations that they can get, and of course manually they can always walk in, okay, to our office, and our staff, I think they are very helpful, okay, in advising the students. But there are instances where students would say that they ask their friends, and their friends give advice, but we find that advice is incorrect. So my advice to the students would be, when you are in doubt, okay, go straight away and see our staff, okay, to settle all the queries, okay, that they have.
Okay, so don't just try to solve on our own. Please seek help if they don't.
Yes, if you can solve on your own, that's very good.
Okay.
But then again, you need to really check the policies and guidelines, whether you have complied with all those
that's
requirements.
very important, right?
Yes.
They have to familiarize with the policies, and also with the formattings and everything, so procedures and everything. Because when we go to masters and also PhD, procedurals is very important. So although we have so many things that we want to do, so we have to comply with the institution that we represent, right, Doctor? Okay, Doctor. So maybe we want to take a little back. If the students, this we talk about undergraduate students, right, Doctor? So they already finished. They already finished their undergraduate. So some of the students, even one of the students in our department communications, there's one student. I want to take her as an example. He came to me, and then he says that, Brother Shahmi, so right now I already finished. So what I want to do, right? If I want to go to work or I want to further studies. So in this kind of question, Doctor, and I can say that many of the student has the same question as well. For like the sister who asked the question. And then back again to the sister. The sister says that he want to further study immediately. They don't want to go to work. So do you say that the student is okay for the student to go for straight away for their study, or they have to maybe gain some experience in the industry, and then maybe after that they can come back to further their studies? What do you say, Doctor?
Okay, I don't have a definite answer on this, because it depends on the situation. You see, now postgraduate study is not a must. Okay, so which means that if you really want to do it, you have to have passion to do it. And I think for students who are graduating, normally they are 23 years old. Yes. I think they should be mature enough, okay, to think about what they want to do after graduation. Both there's no right or wrong answer here. Okay, so but what is important is what the student really wants. Okay, if say for example, he or she wants to increase his or her specialization, increase skills, for example, and think that postgraduate study would benefit them, then by all means. Okay, and also make sure that because at the postgraduate level, scholarship and loans are not as readily available as undergraduate. Okay, so they need to think about the financial part too. Okay, but on the other hand, if the student, for example, while waiting, while graduating, have already applied for jobs and get some good offer, okay, from let's say from the government or from leading corporate or multinational sectors, why not just take that first? Okay, take that opportunity, because you can do postgraduate studies part-time. Okay, unlike undergraduate, because undergraduate, this is a full-time endeavor. You see, so you can still get the best of both worlds, except that when you work and you study, then it's going to be tough. Okay, because you have to think about the work requirements, and at the same time you have to also fulfill all the study requirements. So balancing between the two, okay, would be crucial. So if you ask me, at 23 years old, a student should make up their mind.
Okay. So the student must know what they want first, and then after that, because we as a maybe we can say the lecturer of the students and also the guidance of the student, we just can guide, right, Doctor? So but what they want is himself to decide. Okay, Doctor. So maybe we can take a break first, Doctor. Okay, maybe we can go to the next segment after this, where we're gonna discuss about how experiencing as postgraduate students. Okay, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Just listen to. Alhamdulillah, we are back to our second segment in program Young Scholars with Dr. Tengku Mohar, Deputy Dean Postgraduate Research and Innovation, Office Abdul Hamid Abdul Sulaiman, Kuliah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences. So, how are you, Doctor? Is it okay if we want to go to the second round right now?
Okay.
Go ahead. So, for this second segment, we want to discuss about what it's like to be a postgraduate student, especially in campus, right? So maybe I want to start with because before this, you says that the student who are master student and also PhD students, they are doing more on producing. Right, more producing. Masters have a little bit of gathering with friends. They also have classmates, but PhD is full producing. So maybe you can share what are the challenges, or maybe what are the strategy that you can recommend to make sure they have the effective time on managing their time when they are doing masters and also PhD.
Okay, for masters, I think because of the course requirements, I think even for research-only students, they need to take at least Islamization of knowledge, research methodology. When it comes to courses, okay, students need to really have a grasp, okay, of the discipline, okay, and that requires them to do all the required readings, okay, and also when it comes to assignments, for example, to really prepare, okay, going to the library and do research. Of course, today, with the advancement of the artificial intelligence, some works, okay, can be simplified, but still AI is artificial, and it's the human efforts, okay, that will define, okay, the type of degree that the student has. So it's not going to be easy, of course. I remembered my own experience, because I did this in the United States. When it comes to courses, for example, sometimes for a class, the reading requirements would be even 100, 200 pages, sometimes a book for a week reading. And students really read, because in class the lecturers will test whether they read or not. Probably here it's much more lenient. But all the same, the type of readings that students have at postgraduate level are much tougher than when they do their undergraduate degrees. So time management, students need to really have an objective, and let's say when it comes to assignment, and assignment is due on week 10, and the lecturer gave the assignment on week 2 or week 3. So they need to start planning. The objective is, let's say on week 10 they have to submit the assignment. So they have to work backward, and chart their schedule, of doing the work accordingly. Now, at the similarly, when it comes to research works, a dissertation for a mixed mode student, or thesis for students doing research only, masters or PhD program, the same. Meaning they know that let's say PhD, they have 3 years. Of course they can ask for extension earlier on, but why not try to complete the works in 3 years? So again, you are in your first semester, you have like 5 more semesters to complete if you are talking about 3 years. So you need to really plan what you're going to do in these 3 years, in these 6 semesters. Say for example, by the end of the 6 months, your first 6 months, what progress you have made? Can you come out with a solid proposal, for example? So that, and once that can be achieved, probably it's easier for them to plan how many chapters they're going to complete by a certain time. Of course, I'm talking about chapters, but when it comes to the real process, there is always this period of data collection, data analysis. So that had to be taken into account. And of course, students, and especially at the postgraduate level, they may be working or doing part-time jobs. So that have to be taken into consideration too.
Maybe some of them also have families.
They have families. So that need to be factored in. Because balancing would be balancing your own personal time, family, work, and also the study. And I think once you start your study, you need to have the will, to actually complete it and to get that master's degree, that doctoral degree at the end of your study.
Okay, Doctor. When we talk about taking class, right, Doctor? So maybe we can take example from your department. Your department, you are from political science departments. So maybe you can share a little bit about what is different within undergraduates, for example, political theory classes, right? Course maybe code 4, and then right now they are taking code 7 or code 8. So what's the difference, Doctor? And then what type of experience that they can get in the class?
Okay, let's say final year program. In political science or
Yeah,
any
departments.
discipline for that matter. Okay, you're giving that example of, let's say, political theory. The main difference would be at the final year undergraduate level. Most of your readings would be secondary readings.
Okay.
Okay, so meaning to say what people write about Plato, Aristotle, okay, or Muhammad Iqbal, Mahathir Muhammad, for example. You see, so you're reading what other people write about these figures, about their theory, for example, their theory of state and all that. But at the postgraduate level, you go much deeper. So instead of reading what people write about Plato, you read Plato.
You go to Plato.
You go to Aristotle, Muhammad Iqbal, for example, and meaning to say that there are more investigation into the primary sources themselves, okay, at the postgraduate level compared to the undergraduate level.
Okay.
So that I think is the most important difference between it.
The difference is the depth of the discipline itself, right, Doctor? So, is it also a difference in terms of assessment, Doctor? What do you say about the assessment given?
Yeah, I think at the postgraduate level, the assessment is much more on the writing part.
Writing part,
meaning how well students do analysis, do comparison, how well students make sense, okay, of all the data that they have. Okay, so this you see more in the postgraduate level. So meaning to say that in some courses they don't even have final exam. Okay, they may have presentation, they may have submission of several short assignments, okay, and probably the biggest part, okay, will be on a research paper. Okay, whereas at the undergraduate level, I was telling you just now, this is about collecting, about accumulating knowledge. The emphasis on examination, on how well students can articulate what they have studied. Okay, the last 14 weeks of the semester.
We want to see whether they understand the topics that they are learning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They do some writings, but not as intensive as the postgraduate level.
Okay. So, when we talk about all of the assessments and also the research that they work in this level, master and also doctoral level, so I think it's also very important for them to have a really good connection with their supervisors, right, Doctor? Because that is the very important figures for them to really guide them to in this particular study that they're in. So maybe what your thought about having a really good relationship with supervisors, especially in masters and also PhD? Is it an advantage point for the student to really get good supervisors, especially not only good in the background research that they do, but also good in handling the student?
I think it's very important. It's a must, okay, to have a supervisor that you can work with, and I think this is where the American system is good in the sense that, okay, you take courses, you get to know lecturers, and you try to see whether you can work with the lecturer. The lecturer can work with you. The lecturer has patience with you. So that chemistry. So if you take courses, okay, you can build, okay, this kind of rapport with your supervisor. There are instances when students, for example, are brilliant, okay, but they may have wrong supervisor, okay, or they or both are brilliant, for example, but somehow they cannot get along.
Okay.
So that would somehow hamper the progress of the research, and probably will create issues, okay, in the future. Say, for example, if the student thinks that the advice from the supervisor is not that helpful, okay, for the study, they do something else because they think that what they do is better than what the supervisor advised. Okay, that would create problem. Okay, and that is why I think it is very important, okay, to have good supervisor-supervisee relations. Okay, and I think we know through experience, through talking with some friends, there are even instances when because the relations are not good, okay, the supervisor simply refuse to allow the student to go for examination for Viva, for example. Okay, so it is important to have good relations, and since we are at IIUM, the student should observe this and adapt with the teacher, with the supervisor, and to actually get the supervisor know the position or the progress of the research, okay, that they are in, so that it's easy for the supervisor to advise them, okay, on what improvements need to be done, or whether this is good already for examination, and for that I would say students need to have good
supervisors.
Good supervisors and relations with the supervisors.
Okay. All right. Okay, Doctor. Right now we want to go to the last segment, right? So, which is the roles and responsibility of your office, Deputy Dean Office, Postgraduate Research and Innovation Office. So, maybe you can share to the listeners out there what are the core responsibilities of the Postgraduate Office?
Okay, I think if I can simplify it, we handle classes, okay, and research. These are our two major areas of focus. When it comes to classes, we coordinate with the departments, okay, regarding courses to be offered. We make sure that all the core courses element and elective courses elements are included, and of course all things related to classes in terms of attendance, okay, in terms of examination. Some courses have final examination. We coordinate that. That is in terms of class. Okay, in terms of research, we handle student research from the time they get supervisor. So there's nomination of supervisor until the doctoral or the master's. They call it post-thesis evaluation meeting. Meaning what happened after you submit your master's dissertation or PhD thesis. in terms of PhD, of course, when it comes to Viva, that will be centralized at the CPS. But after Viva, in terms of submission of the thesis, this is something that our office handles. So when it comes to research also, in terms of the progress report, the research proposal progress and also the research progress reports will be done through our office. The iViva system is also run by the office. So that is in terms of research. Of course, in the past, the kuliah could have, let's say, proposal defense at the kuliah level because the postgraduate students population wasn't that many. But today, these are handled by the department, but of course, in coordination with our postgraduate office. To add to classes and research, when it comes to curricula, so curriculum review will also be handled by the postgraduate office.
Okay.
So all the programs, we have about 31 programs altogether. Okay, so when it is due for review, then this will be handled by the DDPG office. Of course, the initiative will come from department, but when it comes to, let's say, appointing examiners, assessors for the curriculum, that will be done by the Deputy Dean's office. So these are among others. Okay, these are the core business of the office.
Okay. So Dr. maybe I want to ask about what are the common problem that been, like all of the students, most of the students who come out to your office, what are the most common problems that they try to talk to the PG office? Maybe you can share. Is there any what kind of problems?
Some common problems is the failure to register, because they think that since they are doing let's say thesis, they do not need to register. Actually, they have to. Okay, and this is where they need to send their progress report to ensure that the office endorse their continuation in the next semester. Say for example, if a student forgets or doesn't even realize that they have to submit this research proposal progress or research progress report, the immediate consequence would be them not being able to register for the next semester.
Okay.
So and that can mean terminated from the program, and then there'll be a whole new process on how to activate their student status. I think this is one of the most common, but also when it comes and this is something that I do quite frequently when it comes to submission of thesis. When in terms of formatting, sometimes students are too dependent on someone else, the academy or some professional help to do the formatting. But I think this is something that they can actually learn. There's a manual on the
there's already
the thesis
been given
format
in the website, right?
So this is something that they can learn. So that is one. And when it comes to also submission of thesis, sometimes we notice that the language use is not satisfactory. There are too many grammatical errors, typographical errors, and when that comes to us, I think we will send it back to the student to do the proofreading, to do the editing of the thesis or dissertation.
Okay, Doctor. So maybe we want to sum up with our discussion for today, because before this, we already discussed a lot of things, which is what are the things that we need to consider before we want to pursue masters or PhD, and then what it looks like in our classes, what are the assessment that been given when you are master student or you are PhD students. So maybe in this last point, Doctor, maybe you can share to the listeners who are really interested want to pursue their masters or PhD. Maybe you can share what are the tips, or maybe what are the things that they need to be considered before they want to really go into this academic journey. Maybe
a student, and more importantly, as a Muslim, we take this idea of learning, this idea of gaining knowledge, this idea of education very seriously, for our individual growth, okay, and societal, and therefore also the national progress. So what is more important is that intention. So always when we talk about hadith, the very first hadith of even Sahih al-Bukhari, of the 40 hadith of Nawawi, talks about intention, about niyyah. Yes. So I think most importantly, the niyyah is right, is correct, is for knowledge, and that knowledge is something that can be beneficial not only for yourself but for the nation, for the Muslim Ummah in general. I think that is the prerequisite. And secondly, student needs to also understand that the postgraduate journey is much more intense, okay, than the undergraduate ones, and they should be up to the challenge, okay, meaning to say that they should be open to the idea that learning, studying is not what it was like during the undergraduate years, and they have to have the attitude to always improve, to always gain more knowledge. There shouldn't be, say for example, any arrogance. Okay, so that was why in many writings about education, adab, okay, is important. And let's say once you are in the journey, okay, you have to be, I think, you have to have this thinking that you want to complete, you want to end what you have started. Yeah, so meaning to say that at the end of your study, you want that degree. So I think this can motivate, okay, students to give more attention, okay, to their study. So and I think those are the tips that I can give, and more importantly, when it comes to the procedural side, okay, the policy side, okay, it is always important, okay, to know that that you are on track, okay, meaning to say that that you have covered all those requirements that need to be had, okay, and you can always consult, okay, the relevant authorities, the Kuliah PG office or the CPS. Okay, don't get wrong advice during your time of study. I think that would be my simple advice.
Okay, that's the most important advice made by Dr. Tengku Maha, which is we have to have clear intention before we want to pursue in master and also PhD, so that we can sustain in the journey, Doctor.
Yes.
And then after that, I believe that we need to, that you say we need to get a correct advice. We have a correct channel, and I believe your office also really supportive in the students.
Inshallah.
And also, I'm also the students here, doing master. Alhamdulillah, I already finished, Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. They also support by the PG office as well. And all of our friends who are right now currently pursuing masters and also PhD, don't worry. There's a lot of people that want to help you, and inshallah, you can get your success at the end of the journey. So thank you very much, Dr. Tengku Moha, Deputy Dean, Postgraduate Office, Ahas KR KSS. Inshallah, maybe after this, maybe we have ada rezeki kita jumpa lagi, Doctor.
Inshallah. Yeah, my pleasure, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much. Don't forget to always listen to program Young Scholars every Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. And don't also forget to follow all our social media account. We also have Instagram, Facebook, and follow our live stream on YouTube, IIUM.FM. And see you again to the same day, same time. It's me, Shah Mizalani. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.